If I'm a 21-year-old kid who is just passed out of college and I want to pursue a career in the wildlife, how do I get into it? And how do I convince my family, my guardians, or rather the ones who care for me in a very, very simple language?
Yeah, very good question. There are a lot of people who have come and asked me this, but there's a very difficult straight answer to it. Why I say this is if you're doing an engineering, a doctor profession, you know where you're getting into. But when you're getting into wildlife, you get out of enthusiasm. Second could be passion, and the third could be that you really, really like the wild. The basic difference that comes into this is the topography where you're going to stay yourself, put yourself into. There is no life as we call the city life. Here it is completely different.
But how is this happening? The inspiration, the passion, how is it coming? Maybe because their family has taken them for safaris, or if they have a childhood experience
True,
related to that?
true. Or even the video, the social media people look into.
Okay.
When you look at David Attenborough speak about something,
Okay.
you speak about a bird's way to attract the female. The way a snake goes into hibernation. These are all very small things, and something could trigger inside you, right? And this is a long drawn process. So very exciting, very very paying in the long run of time. But yes, it needs dedication. It needs focus. Not a very difficult thing because there are not too many people here. Things that you can get into are so many. Like you can become a naturalist, you can become a subject matter expert, you can just become a bird watcher, right? And you can take tourists all along. So there are three things that you should look into yourself before you get into this. One is the passion. The second is how much do you want to talk to? How open are you to meet people? Because you will get people from different geographies. So you should be a good person who likes to talk to people. There are a lot of people who are closed, they don't want to talk.
Like introverts.
I wouldn't call them an introvert, but they might not be interesting them.
Okay.
Yeah. Like somebody's come for the first safari. For them, seeing a kingfisher might excite the shit out of it, right? But for you being in the wild, seeing a kingfisher is a very normal thing. So you have to engage them in such a way that, oh, you saw a kingfisher. So that they start talking to you.
So we need an icebreaker kind of a conversation.
Correct.
With some interesting facts.
Correct. So it is a very interesting stream, and 21 years, people, if really want to get into this, could be the very right time to do that. And there is lots and lots of potential in this for sure.
So I was about to come to my next question. What are actually the wildlife jobs that are relevant, that are available, that are streamlined, and are actually right now in demand in the wildlife tourism industry? Because a lot of people, per se, like the biggest inspiration for people is to become a wildlife photographer. Again, it is pretty well documented, by media, and at the same time, it is a very rewarding journey as well. Although it comes with a lot of challenges and it comes with a huge story in the background. But apart from wildlife photographer, which I will be getting to later on in the segment, but all I wanted to understand was what are the different types of wildlife jobs that are available and how well they are organized so that people can apply for it.
Very interesting again. So, as per jobs are concerned, the so-called jobs which are listed are naturalists. Now, naturalist job could get very restricted. Now, in this world when things have really changed, and I'm sure people in the photography world would also be seeing it, with the AI coming in, right? And with the number of tools to tweak the photos which has come in. So the photographer's job has now become more of a desktop job rather than real time.
Yeah.
Load light में short लिया है, and then how does he become brighter? You're doing at the desk. So there are a lot of things which are changing. It's a very dynamic situation at this point in time. Naturalist again has to be multitasking because just being a naturalist would mean what?
What does a naturalist do?
Yeah. So naturalists would ideally take the guest, go in the safari with them, talk about the forest with them, tell them what a tiger is. If there is a particular behavior of a bird, what does that mean? Like in the case of a pied kingfisher. The pied kingfisher shoots up and then it, at a point hovers and then dives deep.
Okay.
So a new person wouldn't understand that.
True.
So a naturalist needs to know that and convey that. So this is what a typical naturalist job used to be. But now with this whole thing getting diverged, they are now also become engager in the resort that the guests are staying. So you come back from the forest, you are here with them, when they're sitting in the evening, engaging in discussion, what they saw, what they could see tomorrow. So it has become a multitask thing. Earlier, like in the profession of a doctor, right, there was a surgeon or there was an orthopedic guy. Now, orthopedic guy has now become further complicated.
Yeah.
But that's not the case in a wildlife situation. Here, if you're a naturalist, you become a general manager also. You become a guest relationship person also. So you have multiple avenues which opens up. And again, once you specialize in these things, the doors open up international also because people are looking.
True.
So the amount of opportunity is endless. As far as certified courses are concerned, I think we are yet to reach there. I think there's only one or two organization in India which gives you a certification course to become a naturalist.
What is the name?
There's one called Pugmark which is doing it. So, and the government is still thinking on it. We are making a SOP. We're trying to do that ourselves as well. But let's see where it goes.
But there are these courses available
Yeah, certainly.
to become a naturalist. And after that, once you're done with the naturalist course, you apply for jobs in various streams. Like it could be in the culinary department, it could even be taking people on experiential safaris, and so on, right?
Absolutely.
And that is the foundation of all courses to get
Yeah.
into the wildlife
Correct.
picture.
Correct. So once you get in there, you know the passion, you know the field that you want to, then you know the jungle, then you know the trees, then you can become expert on the trees. Like recently, there's a guy over here in Tartar who's become a specialist in bird call imitation.
Okay.
His name is Sanjeev or something. He's on the Mohadli side. So he started observing birds, right? And now he can imitate 117 birds' sound.
117.
Yes. And he can replicate that. And we have seen it. It has been documented even on YouTube that when he calls, the birds respond.
Wow.
So, there are skill sets which can be developed. So, this is one example. Now, as far as earning goes, he is now being called at different resorts to perform when guests are there. When the children are coming in for educational tours, he's being called so that he can, and he also tells them why is this sound. Like a kingfisher is making a particular sound in the morning. Why is that for? If it's sweeping down, then there's a different sound. And they all have a reason, right? So there is no dearth of depth that you can go into these each and individual animals that are there. It's absolutely up to you. The field is open. It is still virgin, I would say. So anybody and everybody can come and create a mark of their own.
Okay, this gives a lot of clarity, I think, and it's really informative. But switching gears now to something practical. That is what I want to do is because we have sat in the past, we have discussed so much, about your transition as well. You are someone who comes from Bihar. You travel to a lot of places. Your dad being in the railways. Uh, I want to understand exactly your story practically, how it started, how it divulged into wildlife, and what were the ups and downs, what were the practical issues that you had getting to here. Maybe we can just have it in a crisp, but I think it will get a lot of people. A lot of people ask you, I believe, that how do you
How
get
did
into
this
it?
happen? Yeah. So, yes, you're right. There are a lot of people who ask me how did this happen because I was living in a concrete jungle altogether with no aspiration, no manifestation, so called, I will come to the wild someday. But again, as I said in the beginning, it's all about your passion. It's all about finding out what is within you. It is all about finding out where your happiness is. It is all about what excites you. So my journey has been kind of is it's as normal as anybody else's life journey would be. Born to a doctor's parents, then traveled all over the world, worked with an MNC company for 20-24 years. Um,
Where
the,
did you work?
I worked with IBM,
How many
and my
years?
last job was 18 years. So traveled quite a lot. But this was never there in the mind that I would come to the wild someday and pass my rest of the life. I had been trying my hands at photography, not a very avid photographer either. But as I said, once or twice there are moments, there are paths which life creates for you. And that was the path being created by a vacuum created, and I came to the forest and it just clicked
Which forest was that?
here
Here
in
itself.
Tata itself.
And that time, where were you staying?
I was staying in Nagpur, but I was coming and going back from Nagpur. I was in Gurgaon otherwise, so I'd come here to my friend's place, and then I thought I'll come here for some time. So when I was here, a very small thing like a butterfly, which we see normally. So when you're sitting down idle, pouring, and you see a butterfly going from one flower to the other, it something strikes back to your class 4 or 5 when you heard about pollen germination, a butterfly taking the pollen from one place to the other, and that's how the flowers
Bloom.
germinate and more of it spreads, and that's how the butterfly also benefits. So these small things started triggering, and that's why I said there is no recipe. There's no planned approach to a forest place or a wild place like medicine or engineering is. It is all about exploring yourself, finding yourself out. But I can assure you this to any generation and the coming generation now, the amount of happiness that this will give you, you will not get in crores of rupees that you can earn wherever you want. You might get into that rut, and I've seen doctors, my friends, they are working from 7 in the morning till about 11:30, 2:30 in the night, patients still waiting. So he has ample amount of money flowing in for sure. But is he happy? I don't think so personally because he doesn't have a personal life. All said and done, these are personal choices again. I'm not meaning to offend anybody, not trying to defend anybody
True.
because I was there myself, right? So
True.
it is about absolutely finding yourself.
Yeah.
That's it. And this is a place where I would urge people to come and spend time. Might be you click a chord somewhere. It's like music. Somebody goes and plays a music instrument for the first time. So who understands what is A, B, C, D string? Once you do A, B, C, D, then you go to C minor, A major, and all that, right? So till the time you don't explore, you don't understand. So yes, this is a very new upcoming thing, and as I said again, I'm saying this: the opportunity is huge. It's a virgin market. As I talked about that bird speaker guy, now he's known as a bird speaker.
Yeah.
So could be a person who understands the trait of a snake. I met one of a naturalist who was so brave enough to teach people that snakes are non-venomous and venomous. He had the audacity to pick up the snake and get bitten by him.
He got bitten by
Yeah.
the snake
So that
just
he
to
can
tell
tell people that they are not venomous.
and to differentiate which one is venomous.
Venomous and which is not. Otherwise, what happens? We think that all the snakes are venomous, we go and kill them. So, people are there and they make a mark. Such people who reach out to that level, they definitely create a mark of their own. So, as I said, there's a virgin market. It's a complete plateau. You can do whatever you want to. You can do about, as I said, butterflies. You can do about tadpoles. You can do about the cicadas which come at the season. Why only summer?
Yeah.
Where are they rest of the time?
True.
And how does the sound come? They're such a small insect. So they rub their wings onto their body. Now there are so many of them. That small rub multiplies into so much of sound. So it is about you to relate it to it. Right? Like if you hear a song of say Guns and Roses today, the generation today will find that as noise. It's about you connecting.
How you connect.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I understand is born and brought up a bit in Bodh Gaya, Bihar. After that, moved to different places. Uh, joined IBM. Did your first tiger safari in Tadoba,
No, I did my first tiger safari in Ranthambore.
Ranthambore. Okay,
Yeah, then Corbett, and then of course.
then you. And then, how does it happen that from a concrete jungle you plan on settling down in the wild in Tadoba? How does this transition happen
This
exactly?
again, as I come back, I circle back to what I'm saying. There are certain things which has been decided by your destiny. Like when you're born, you don't choose your parents, right? So you don't choose your life either.
Yeah.
Your life is defined. If you walk the path of the life which has been defined for you, and how do you identify is the next question, which is obvious. The path which is taking you at a very comfortable pace is the path which has been defined for you. If you try to obstruct that by, oh, I can see Ricardo doing this, so I should do this also, is when you start disrupting. So if you follow a particular given path for you, so what I did in 2020 was I left job and then I just moved ahead. I never knew what construction is supposed to be. I've never done construction.
So blindly you quit your job, you hang up your boots, and you are just on a journey to figuring out.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going. But 3 years, what
But
has
is it something you would recommend?
sorry?
Is it something you would
I
recommend?
would definitely because it's
Really?
given me results.
Okay.
It has given me results. Yeah. Again, there could be something in italics here, and that is because I'm single. I don't have a baggage. I can do this. Can family do this? Could be a big question because there is future for children. There's future for wife to take care and all that. So it could become complicated for them. It was definitely simpler, easier, no botheration thing for me.
Everyone has their own background. True.
Sure, yes.
Great. So I think we are pretty much clear right now on how the path can be created, and one needs to identify the path through this whole journey of wildlife. But if I just come to the current day today, that is in terms of
Yeah.
the market, which job role or which job responsibility right now in the wildlife is in high demand, and what people need to do, probably to get through it.
Let me answer it in two parts. Which is in high demand today? So as I was telling you, this is a very virgin, new, upcoming business model which has come out. So things which are in demand is a naturalist for sure. But then the respect of a naturalist for an Indian tourist might not be so high.
Why so?
Uh, People aren't very interested in trees. If they come to see a tiger, they see a tiger.
Okay.
But now with the inbound tourist flow increasing, that certainly people are looking for small spiders also. And that's how now Tata also talks about funnel spider, which is a very small spider which is on the ground, which normally you and I wouldn't even see that. So this is increasing. It's an upward trend. So the nationalist job is very, very important. But at the same time, they need to have a general administration quality as well. Now that flair comes naturally. I mean, you need to have a customer orientation, and I think we touched upon this a while earlier also, wherein you need to have that ability to connect with people, talk with people, and keep them engaged. So that's one. Secondly, when you have a resort, obviously there are a whole lot of people required, right? From an F&B, from a housekeeping, from a customer service, from a front office, to service, to kitchen. There, the trick is that you need to understand that you're coming to a place which is a resort, which is in the jungle, which doesn't have a cinema hall or a mall or a theater area. You don't have a pub or some
True.
place to go. So there's no entertainment per se for you.
Yes.
So your entertainment is the chirping of the bird early in the morning, the guest in the evening, sitting around moving and observing how nature is, how the weather changes, etc., etc. So that mindset needs to change for sure.
Yeah.
So it's very important for a person to visualize their own liking because if they come here, then it becomes difficult for them to go back to the city.
True.
So that twist is there, and that angle has to be seen within, felt within. Now, uh, apart from that, There is a whole lot of things, as I said, there is guest relationship. Nowadays, there are new things where people come, they come for a complete package, right? Now, if you're a naturalist, they like you. Now, inbound tourist does not come to one forest. They'll come to here, they'll go to Page, they'll go to Kana because they come from outside, they spend a couple of days, and then they want to engage you
Okay.
as a naturalist. So there is freelancing work also. You can get attached to a forest also. The forest people are also looking for naturalists.
Okay. You
Yeah.
mean basically Tadoba is looking out for freelance naturalists
Yeah,
who can actually serve as naturalists when the guests come, and indirectly it would benefit Tadoba.
correct. So now Tata is also starting doing some naturalist courses,
Oh,
which is for 6 months. Once you do that, then they absorb you there, and then the forest department reaches out to the resort that if you have a guest and needs a naturalist, tell us, we will give you one.
and how does one apply for this course?
It is an online system that they have given.
Got it.
Now they are doing it for the localites because they want to improve the employment here,
Employment here.
but they're also extending it to others.
Okay.
So that's one aspect. The second is you can definitely become a freelancer yourself. People are from inbound travelers, you get attached to a travel agent. So whosoever is going that area, you catch hold of this naturalist and pick him up for 20 days. This is a whole package and you take people around all over.
Got it.
That's the second one. The third one is, of course, the resort themselves deploy them. So whoever guest comes in, and that cost, of course, is built in the ticket that we're giving them. And then the national goes with them, and then, of course, it keeps them engaged in the evening also. So there are multiple things. And to increase on that, or your ability or your vision, you can do value-added services, which is what we have done, is that you can take them to nearby areas. Like we have a dam nearby.
Okay.
Now a person has done a morning safari, evening safari, next day they don't want to do, but they still have time.
Yeah.
So you can take them, drive back with a backpack of say breakfast and stuff, drive them alone to a different place where you can see birds. So these are all value-added services which you can keep exploring, and of course, money will follow you.
Yeah.
So here it is not that you have a package ready. The month के end में इतना पैसा मिल गया.
Hmm.
वो तो मिलेगा, but that might be minuscule.
True.
But if you want to further enhance it, then you do all these businesses or bring in more value added.
More value.
So that's how you can keep rotating it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just to summarize, naturalist is one of the key pathways to get into wildlife, followed with associating with a resort that requires people in multiple roles, and then following it up with freelancing opportunities nowadays that national parks are giving through government initiatives or through government courses,
Correct.
and ultimately creating such unique experiences so that the resort or some particular association hires you for that particular role and you are able to fulfill it.
True.
So that seems pretty good.
Yeah. Just to add on that, I probably missed on the other aspect of it.
Okay.
The government also has certain roles. They keep hiring people who
Okay.
could be the chief botanists, right?
Oh,
Like
okay.
if you see what the situation today in Tadoba is, that it was a bamboo forest. Now, bamboo trees generally die after 40 years of age, right? So, they need people who are educated in the field of botany or say who are interested in the wild to move around, identify places like this or the trees like that, and see, test that soil type there and replant certain trees. So, by the time this is dying, the other springs up. So there is a lot of eco balancing that they do. That's one. Then there's a human animal conflict. So they have PR who goes and talks to the farmers, or they look at ways and means by which they can cut down on the human animal conflict. Now, cutting down could mean educating farmers, which could be a part of your job, or you can lead the whole pack here. You can become the sole person, involve more local people, and then reach out to different villages to impart this knowledge or training. So there are several other aspects which keeps coming. Right, rainy season, we have snakes coming up.
Snake catching.
So we need snake catchers here. If we don't need a snake catcher, at least we need a rescuer. So that's another field that is there.
Yeah.
Now there are electrical wires going. Owl comes, sits, gets electrocuted. Now you pick that up, give him a first aid. So that's also an opportunity.
Yeah.
So there are endless opportunities which can keep coming up, and there are. I mean, I in my tenure over here for 4 years, I myself wish to do at least 6 or 7 of these activities, but I
Amazing.
run short of time. But net, the entire thing boils down on your mentality to leave city life, come and settle in a jungle which has a nature of its own, a ecosystem which is very different to what you have lived in. And as I said, you don't have malls, you don't have girls, you don't have places to bike around and scoot around, right?
Yeah.
And being forest 7 after post 7, you can't even go out. So there are these limitations, but the opportunity is in abundance for sure.
Nice. Okay. So since you mentioned about locals somewhere, in this whole conversation, I wanted to understand what role do the locals, especially the villagers, living in these forest areas, are playing right now in this whole ecosystem of wildlife employment. And at the same time, uh, I was walking past by the resort, so I happened to see a lot of people who seem to be locals. So how is 98 Stripes also, being a part of it in terms of the employment scenario?
I would say for 90 stripes. Let me talk about 90 stripes. We are focused and about the locals and for the locals. Thought process is you can get an expertise person who has done IIM or from some ABC places, bring him here. He would have all theoretical knowledge, but the practical knowledge of this place, what tree sheds leaf at what time, why, if there is a breeding session of the frogs, what time happens, how does it be mitigated, how to know whether there's a tiger around, because this is a jungle, so we do have tigers trespassing or moving around, right? Because in the forest we don't build boundaries.
Yeah.
It has to be a free movement per place. So they are the ones who are most knowledgeable. And if we can convert them to be with you, the amount of value add they will bring to you is immense. You will need to spend time, you will need to have patience with them, you will need to train them as far as etiquettes and mannerism is concerned, but they are of immense value from a knowledge perspective. We at 90 Stripes are today at least 50% local people.
You'll have hired 50% locals
Yes.
working with you, and from which
Or
village they are?
all local.
Local.
Just close by, 3 villages which are close by, I have the maximum number of people here.
And how did you end up reaching out to them?
This young generation is somehow, different from our generation. And when we opened up, we kind of met the sarpanch of that place and we said, we are here, we would like to open up. So they got us involved into a lot of activities. So when I was starting off, I did some lot of NGO work, type of work with them. So I met them, and over there when they called me to speak about 98 Stripes, we had a function in the late evening and they had some competition happening. So I spoke to them and I said that boys and girls, please come. हमको help चाहिए and you people can help me. So one came up, then the other comes up, then the third comes up. Then you have 20, 30 come up and then you pick out the best.
Amazing.
Yeah. And today, believe me or not, my restaurant runs out of these local guys.
Wow.
Young kids from the local who could not even talk, but the smile that they have in the face is mesmerizing. So, it's just about identifying and believing in yourself that these guys can also do well, right? Yes, they will, for sure. So, yes, they are here, they are working with us, and we are getting more and more response. We have people in the kitchen, we have people in the housekeeping. So, we first thought that, it's an Adivasi or a local place. How would you give them a uniform? Because they have a typical sari kind of dress. So we thought we'll do that. But one of these days in the meetings, I was talking to them and I told them that, see, this is a picture of some other resort and they can wear pant and t-shirt. What about you? And they were okay.
Wow.
So it's kind of surprising, somewhere we are blocked in ourselves to see that, these people not do this, but till the time you don't explore it, you don't know it.
True.
So that way we've been able to penetrate, and I'm sure this is about me, I'm sure the others also do the same.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, lastly, sir, as we are winding up this amazing conversation, what are your plans at 98 Stripes to make sure that people can get to pursue such wildlife opportunities, not just those who are living in the rural areas, because that is something which is a very good initiative that you're doing, but for others living in cities or in the urban
Yeah,
areas, and if they want to quit their jobs, or probably if they want to quit what they're doing and come to the wildlife, does 98 Stripes have any plan as such?
I think you just hit the nail on the coffin, and exactly what I'm looking at. July to about October, we are shut. I mean, the forest is shut. It's not shut, the core area is shut.
Yes.
But the buffer operates. And most of the resorts at that time, because the business volume is less, closes down. So I reached out to my organizations and the other organizations in my corporate life that I knew of. And I've sent out mailers that if you just want to explore yourself, we are open at this period of time, why don't you come over? It's like, what do you call them? On a stipend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will get place to stay and
Fellowship type of opportunities.
not a fellowship, but yeah, it's just for you to explore
Just to
yourself.
explore.
See, come over for 10 days, stay here and see if you can connect to nature. If you can, the world opens up for you. So, I mean, this is what came to us and we thought we'll do this, so we're doing this. Apart from this, yes, when people come, meet and go and they talk and chat. So we try and do more of conversation to see if people can be interested. Like I wasn't there. So when my boss came up and he saw me here, he was kind of shocked himself. But then, some way you strike a chord, yeah, could be a possibility where how life changes. So that's one initiative I thought of doing this rainy season, where I will have a couple of folks come from the corporate world, stay with us for a day or two. Exactly what happened to me.
Okay.
Yeah, when 4 years ago I had come here, I just saw the butterfly and kind of moved.
Yeah.
So could be that something strikes a chord to somebody and they get to a direction which
There could
is
be more
actually,
stories of Manoj Gupta happening.
or could be of Ricardo, or could be of anybody else. Yeah. But yeah, let's do it. Let's see how much we can do about it. But certainly a place to be in future. Young generation definitely will find more peace. They will definitely be more happy because there is complete independence of doing what you want to do. And of course, there are resources are limited, so you don't get into the wrong side of the modernized concrete world of spirits and the other nuances that are coming up, right? So could be it might add value. So just keeping my fingers crossed.
Okay. Lastly, sir, because you have been working with us for almost 5 years, and as you said that you have been employing the rural masses here who are all people. So, any message to the younger generation in terms or in reference with wildlife employment or wildlife sustainability, or how they can be a part of the wildlife ecosystem?
Theoretically, a very good question. But if this reaches out to the younger generation, they might kill me because the younger generation feels that, and actually they are more mature than what we were in our time. So they know what they want. But yes, as a message that I would like to give, life is too short. We have just come here for a couple of years or couple of days or months or whatever. Please enjoy yourself. This path was not chosen by you. It's been destined. Please follow your dreams, live happily, do whatever you can with your conscience in the right place. That's about it. Wild can be one place. You can do similar activities in the city. It's not that you can't. But yeah, here you get an opportunity because the environment also supports you. I mean, that's what my take is. But yeah, please be happy, please be comfortable, and make sure that you make people around you happy. The thing that I tell my boys here is that your circle of influence is only you.
True.
You cannot influence anybody else. But if you are happy, you will certainly make two more people happy. The two will in turn make four happy, and that's how the circle could grow. I mean, that's what my philosophy is, but I leave it up to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your
Thanks so
time.
much for the.
And it was a fun conversation.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we'll be having such more on a very candid note,
yeah,
and on more topics, related to wildlife.
sure, certainly.
Thank you.
Would love to do it.